All right, welcome back. So you've been able to now summarize documents, split documents, and working with different types of summarization techniques. Let's step it up a notch and assume that you've got a range of documents that you want to specifically tag with certain features. This is a process called tagging. Let's have a look at an implementation inside of LangChain. Firstly, we're going to import a couple of different packages such as LangChain, Pandas, and Nest Asyncio. After that, we're going to use a different document loader to the one that we used previously. This one is called a sitemap loader, and it allows us to automatically load web pages from a website sitemap. We'll use the standard chat model from OpenAI, and we'll also use something called this create tagging chain function. Firstly, let's have a look at the sitemap loader. We've loaded in this website sitemap, and we've set the request per second to 5. After running sitemap loader.load, we'll actually end up with a list of LangChain documents inside of this variable. Next, what we need to do is define the schema that we want to look for and tag on each individual document. You'll see when we have a look at these schemas, it is a JSON schema, and we've defined 3 individual properties with their various types. It's also possible to add descriptions. So here we've added a description for the primary topic, and we've also made sure that every property is required. We also use a different flavored model of GPT 3.5 Turbo, which allows us to do OpenAI functions. We then use our create tagging chain function, injecting in the schema, the LLM, and the output key. After that, then what we're doing is setting up a Python list, looping through every document, printing the documents that you can see here with the page content, and we're invoking and calling our chain, the input being equal to the doc.page content. So each of these bits of page content gets injected and inserted into the chain. The chain's output, which we've defined here, as you can see on the output key, we're then grabbing that and storing that inside of this Python list. Let's have a look at the Python list then. So in the Python list, we're now getting back some structured data against each individual web page. Perfect. Now we can also import that same data into a Pandas data frame. And you'll see that if we look at a specific LangChain document, we can actually access the .metadata property. This metadata is a dictionary, and because we use one of LangChain's loaders, it automatically added some metadata for us. So you'll see that we can use things like the source, the location, when the web page was last modified, and some other sitemap properties. In our case, we just want to assume that we're really interested in just adding back the URL to each of these bits of structured data, so we can loop through, for in this case, the first 10 URLs, getting the source of that metadata and assigning that to the URL. And in this instance, you can now see that we've got the sentiment, aggressiveness, the primary topic, and the URL. So we've been able to easily tag individual documents with unique features inside LangChain.